Now let's say you land that card, orange cracked ice, which is super hard to find, and then you send it to PSA and you get a perfect 10, and now it's worth $5,000. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Millennial Money. This is going to be the first video of a new series I'm starting called Sports Card Investing for Beginners. I know recently the world of sports cards has gotten really popular, and there's a lot of you out there that still aren't sure how to go about buying your first couple sports cards, so this series is gonna get you going with that. The first video of this series, we're talking raw cards versus graded cards and which ones are best for you. So let's do it. All right, so when we're talking raw cards, there's a couple different options, couple different routes you can go. There's a more simpler option if you're just looking for one card, a single card, whether that be a LeBron James, a Pete Alonso, Derek Jeter, whatever you're looking for. If you're just looking for one specific card. Now this route is actually a little bit tricky and it's kind of difficult, mainly because your options for finding a decent card are really hard right now. There's tons of singles ungraded on eBay, but it's really hard when you can't physically hold them and inspect them yourself. Unfortunately, in most cases, those raw cards that are being sold on eBay, the person selling them knows it's not worth it to send it to a grading company, so they just try to sell it as a single. Now, a good option for you, once we finally come out of this lockdown mode, you should look to see in your local area if there is a business that sells sports cards, like a hobby sports card memorabilia area. This does give you the option of being able to physically go in, look at a card, inspect it, and see if it's worth buying for you. I've talked about this before. I'm not the biggest fan of Facebook Marketplace. People try to sell tons of cards on there, especially ungraded. Not my scene. But if you can find a local hobby or memorabilia sports card business, that could be a good route for you to go if you're looking for one particular card. I just want to point out to you as well that this might not be the best choice unless you can get a really good deal. I just want to show you some of these sold items I've seen on eBay and the price difference, and it's not a huge price difference through eBay. We're just going to go ahead and look at probably the most popular NBA rookie, Zion Williamson. This kid is just his level of fame already in his rookie year. He actually literally played half season. It's crazy. I'm looking at the recently sold for the Zion Williamson base Panini Prism rookie card. Now on the 6th of this month, there were 3 sold. One was $152, one was $147, and then there was actually a lot of 2 that sold for $227. So that comes out to about $112 each. Not bad, actually. I put this in one of my videos. Buying lots helps out, and you can see this is clearly why that buyer saved about $35, $40 on that card because he bought 2 in a lot. All right, so let's say if you wanted to buy the same card that was graded at a PSA 10, the last sold base card I see for Zion Williamson sold for $595. If you wanted to do one of the color waves, the last red, white, and blue sold for $560, which is funny, it's actually a little bit less. And then like a very infamous, the cracked pink sold for $1,146 at a PSA 10. So this is what I'm saying, guys. If you can get your hands on the card and inspect it, and you can tell it's a really good card, it might be worth it to buy it, but it's hard. It's going to be hard to see that on eBay or even check out mycards.com. And like I said, most likely if a person knows that it's going to be a really high grade, they're probably going to send it off to PSA or to Beckett and have it graded and then sell it for a higher profit. But now let's compare something interesting. Let's look at the PSA 9. The last 2 PSA 9 Zion Williamson Panini Prism cards. The last one was $207, and on that same day, another one sold for $202. It's not a huge difference. It really isn't. And when you think about comparing $150 to $202, is the $50 difference really worth it for you? You're gonna have the ungraded card. If you do want it graded, you're gonna have to ship it over to PSA or to Beckett, that's going to cost you a little bit of money. It's definitely going to cost you a lot of time, because the last time I checked, the average turnaround time for PSA grading is like 2 months. Is all of that process really worth it? You might get a 9, you might get an 8, who knows? It's definitely a good idea to do what I just did, to compare the values of the ungraded cards to the graded cards. Now we get into the very addicting side of collecting sports card, which is buying boxes. So whether you're buying packs or buying retail boxes from like Target, or buying a hobby box from another sports card place, this is the very addicting side to this whole sports card collecting and investing thing. This is definitely the fun part, you know, peeling open the wax. It's not something I do yet. After comparing prices and things like that, it's something I might get into. My first unboxing, if I ever do one, will definitely be with you guys. But now, there is a huge risk in that you don't know what you're gonna get. Whether you buy a box or a pack at Target or Walmart, or you get a whole hobby box or case sent to you, you don't know what you're gonna get. Now, there is a chance you could get a really good card, but even some of those hits, some of the autographed cards, I mean, you could get an autographed card and it's a player that's, you know, not many people want to buy his card. So we'll stick with the same 2019-2020 Panini Prizm basketball cards. These things sell like crazy. They're super expensive. A retail box that contains 24 packs and 4 cards per pack. You can find them online right now for $350. That only guarantees 1 autographed card. But again, you don't know if that's going to be a good card. Now, look at this. Now, if you were to do a hobby box, which I believe they are 12 packs per box, and each pack has 12 cards, so that's a few more cards than a retail box, that would cost you $1,200. That's a lot of money. $1,200 is a lot of money. If you're a gambler, if you like the thrill of that gambling aspect, this could be fun for you. I don't know about you, but I don't have $1,200 lying around. But of course, with the big risk could come a big reward. Let's say you opened a box and you landed a Zion Williamson autographed card. Let's see, the last Panini Prizm Zion autographed cards on eBay sold for $970, $1,000, and $986. Now, the upside to buying a box is the fact that most likely the card is going to be in really, really good condition. It's been packed tight in a box. The package hasn't been opened. It has been touched. It's in a box. It's sealed. It's compacted with other cards. It's going to be in really, really good condition. It takes the risk out of knowing if the card is in good condition or not, because it's sealed in a box, never been opened. So that's crazy. If you did land that Zion autographed card, that could almost pay for the entire box. But you don't know if you're gonna get it. Now let's say you land that card. Instead of going and selling the ungraded card on eBay, let's say you send it to PSA and you get a 10. The last one sold on eBay, $2,126. Ooh, and look at this. His Panini Prizm in orange cracked ice, $5,300. Can you imagine opening up a box and you find not only an autographed Zion card, orange cracked ice, which is super hard to find, and then you send it to PSA and you get a perfect 10, and now it's worth $5,000. I'm smiling about this because the idea of it, the thrill of it, I've never opened a box, but I can see why people like to do it so much. But that kind of gives you a glimpse of what those differences are. Of course, we're comparing one of the most popular NBA rookies right now, but it's a good comparison. From my point of view, after reviewing all of this, if I wanted to buy ungraded cards, it would only be worth it for me to actually buy a box. Of course, the box is going to cost a little more, but hey, maybe I get a couple decent cards and I can at least make my money back. But if you're looking for, like we said, that base Zion card, it was only $50 more to get a graded PSA 9. Not a huge difference in price, like $50. So it would not be worth it for me at all to look for an ungraded single card on eBay. But there you go, guys. That's the comparison of raw versus graded cards. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it definitely gives you something to think about, especially if you're new to the world of sports card investing. This was a fun video, guys. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing that little research. And like I said, this does make me want to find a retail box and just unpack them. I'll definitely try to see if I can find something that's not as crazy expensive as the 2019-2020 Panini Prisms. But we'll see. It's up in the air. I probably have to sell a few cards before I can afford one of those boxes. But if you like this video, give it a like. If you have not subscribed to Millennial Money, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like I said, this is the first video of the Sports Card Investing for Beginners series. So if you want more videos, you've got to subscribe. Thank you guys for your time. Have a great day.